In the heart of the ancient eastern forests lay a small, quiet settlement called Ulo Nanta, a village so hidden that even the traveling traders barely remembered its name. Ulo Nanta was beautiful, wrapped in palm trees, red earth paths, and the gentle smell of roasted yam. But beneath its beauty lived a long, unspoken sorrow. For many years, the villagers felt unheard. Their roads were broken, their young ones traveled far to learn, and their elders often whispered, "Will anyone hear our cry?" They worked hard, they waited long, yet no one listened. But every generation births someone who carries a special fire. In Ulo Nanta, that person was Nnamdi, a slender young man with sharp eyes, quiet steps, and a voice that could stir a sleeping crowd. Even as a boy, Nnamdi asked questions most adults avoided. Why do we keep silent? Why do we suffer and smile? What if one day someone speaks for us? The elders often sighed. "Hey, life is the way it is, my son." But Nnamdi would smile and say, "Life is the way we accept it to be." He was different, bold but kind, serious but humorous, strong-willed yet filled with love for his people. As Nnamdi grew, he left Ulo Nanta for the great city across the sea. There he learned many things: how communities fought for justice, how voices shaped destinies, and how silence could bury a people. But he never forgot home. One cold evening abroad, as rain tapped softly on his window, he remembered the tears of his mother, the cracked roads, the boys who walked miles to school, the elders who prayed for hope that never arrived. So he built something small, just an idea at first, a wooden box, a microphone, a dream. He called it Voice of the Forest, a radio that spoke softly at night, traveling like wind back to the homeland. It told stories of courage, stories of unity, stories reminding people that they mattered. At first, only 3 listeners tuned in, then 30, then 300, then thousands. Some laughed joyfully at his humor, some wept at his empathy, some found courage in his boldness. "We hear you," people wrote. "Finally, someone speaks."
But light always attracts attention. Some praised Nnamdi, others feared his influence. Some misunderstood him, others opposed him harshly. Soon, the voice of the forest reached even those who preferred silence over truth. One morning, as birds sang above the canopies of Olunata, soldiers entered the village with news. Nnamdi has been taken. A wave of shock swept across the land. Mothers cried. Young men clenched their fists. Elders whispered prayers under their breath. A little girl asked, "Grandfather, why did they take him?" And the old man placed a trembling hand on her head. Sometimes, when you speak loudly for the weak, the mighty become uncomfortable. The village felt empty, as though someone had taken the wind out of their lungs. But even in detention, Nnamdi remained unbroken. He smiled, he prayed, and whenever he could, he encouraged others. Do not fear. A voice cannot be caged. It only echoes louder.
One cool evening, many seasons later, a guard entered Nnamdi's cell. "You are free to speak with your people," he said. Nnamdi stepped outside, expecting silence, but instead he heard singing, thousands of villagers humming the same tune. They had gathered in the main square of Ulo and Ta with lanterns in their hands, singing, "Our voice lives, our hope breathes, our courage rises." Tears filled Nnamdi's eyes, not because he felt victorious, but because he finally understood. He never carried the people carried him. The song spread from village to village, forest to forest. It changed nothing immediately. The roads remained dusty, the challenges remained real, but the spirit of the people awakened. They learned to speak, to ask, to question, to hope again. Not through violence, not through rebellion, but through unity of purpose, courage of heart, and the belief that silence is the first prison a people must escape. A single voice, spoken with courage and compassion, can awaken an entire people. True leadership is not in power, but in sacrifice. True freedom begins when people learn to speak from the heart, together. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe to Moral Life for more inspiring, emotional, and life lesson stories that lift the spirit and warm the soul.